Right, unmute myself. Got the notification, so I guess it's... Oh, no, that's a different notification. We're probably streaming. It's fine. All right, let's try it now. They should be able to hear you now if everything's going right. I'm very uncertain about technology things today. Woo! Cool. Yeah, I guess we'll change the screen to normal and get started. Okay, here we go. Looks good. And spotlight myself. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TB&J Open Mic. Woo, 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 woo! Yeah! I'm Tom, your host for the evening, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Brooksy Poopsie. Before we get started, I'm going to do a quick review of our policies, like I always do. First off, we have a... What? No video on the stream, audio only.
Never mind, we're good. We're good.
Oh, okay. Brooks!
Sorry, there's...
All the panic.
There's a delay.
No, there's an intentional lag, so that I have like a 20-second gap if Brooks says something to try and get us canceled and end the stream. Speaking of getting canceled, back to our policies. First, we got 2-strike heckling policy. First strike, we will mute you. Second strike, i.e. doing anything weird from your camera, we'll kick you out of the room. If it were to ever come up with an audience, I guess we would kick you out of chat. But next we have a zero-tolerance harassment policy. So if you feel like you are being harassed, send a private message to either me or Brooks, and one of us will kick them out of the room, no questions asked. And finally, when you perform, you can switch to gallery view or pin the timer to see when your 4 minutes are up. Private message me or Brooks if you need an audible cue. And we'll say 1 minute when you have a minute left. And networkers, don't forget to plug your socials in the chat when you're done. For our audience, special note that this is an open mic, so comedians performing with us come with varying levels of experience, so be nice. Also, the content featured on this show and all of our shows may not be suitable for all audiences. Don't bring your kids, you've been warned. Also, bonus plug for Stand Up for a Cause, our charity show. It's going to be 8:30 on March 19th. This time we're featuring an all-Canadian cast of comics in support of AIDS Committee of Toronto, so mark your calendars. It's going to be a good time. And if you'd like to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size. Links to where to do all those things are in the video description. Now, I'm going to get us started. Woo! Yeah, 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 yeah.
Woo!
So, yeah. I feel like I'm a really good opener for the mic because I set a very low standard for the next person in the lineup to surpass. You know, when you're like, I'm gonna do my best, and like, sometimes your best is showing up. That's my entire humor. That's my entire sense of humor. So buckle up. That being said, I have been trying to challenge myself lately. So I'm going to try and do some call and response humor because I'm tiptoeing my way to crowd work. So when I say, I'm so bi, you all say, how bi are you? You guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
See, I'm like trying to interact and do stuff. It's also hard because I can only hear you, not see you. But, okay. I'm so bi.
How bi are you?
I don't ask questions, I ask queries. I'm so bi.
How
bi are you?
That when I come, I'm a goodbye. I also hate myself. I'm so bi.
How bi are you?
That when I'm sick, I get put into bi-solation. I'm so bi.
How bi are you?
According to a recent survey, only 15% of the population believes I exist. And that that one's extra fun because everyone dreams of marrying their best friend, but my fiance gets to marry his best imaginary friend. Well, that was fun. Joke quota for bi visibility, check. But speaking of which, give me a whoop whoop if you're in this room and you're not straight. Just. Wow, that is. I'm like, I promise, guys. Like, nobody watches this stream. You're not outing yourself. You're gonna be fine.
On the Kinsey scale.
That would be so. That would be like so funny though if we became the open mic that was known for people coming out because I host it literally from a closet. It's a metaphor. But yeah, that was a surprisingly small number of responses considering I advertised this show with like cartoon animals and a rainbow backdrop. Like, I don't know how I can more market to my demographic, but not to be insecure or anything. If y'all are like, I have gay friends, I can say that. Is that me? Like, am I that gay friend for you? Because that's fine. It's just, it's a lot of pressure. And yeah, that's surprising that so many comedians, though, in one place tonight, willing to be the straight man. That's awesome. Just a few more jokes, I promise. But no, I was thinking about this, and one of my least favorite things is when people would ask me about my sexual orientation. It doesn't happen as much now that I'm engaged, but I'm of the mindset that the type of person you're attracted to can be fluid. You know, like a salmon that swims upstream will sometimes be taken by the current. Yeah, yeah, salmon. But I'd always start by giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, are you asking because you actually trying to get it? Like, are you trying to get a first class ticket to ride Thomas the Train?
Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go, ruining some childhood memories. But no, I feel like that's the only appropriate reason I can think of. It would be like any of your business, but this would be, I guess, startling if this is like their approach to try and get to know me. Like, just small talk. Hi, where are you from? Was that Virginia or vagina? What's your favorite food? Ass or pussy? So I also am a great opener because I always end on one of the weakest jokes in my set. So just in case I do some funny ones, I set the bar back down low. Anyway, that is it for me. Give me a round of applause. Woo, 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 woo. It's been a while since I've felt something. Thank you. Anyway, next up on our list, let's see real quick if he's in the room. He's not. Fuck him. Oh wait, Brooks already posted the set list in the chat, so we all know who I'm talking about. Sorry. But next up on our list, I know she's in the room because she's hilarious and she's funny and she's a fun time. And she has a bio. She lives in Chicago and produces The Weekend Remedy, currently a virtual weekly mic on Saturdays, 7 p.m. Central. Weekly_remedy_Chicago on Instagram and Facebook if you want to follow that. Give it up for Grace Snyder. Woo, 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 woo.
Hello. Hello, funny people. I live in Chicago, and I think Illinois is now after me because they went to my car insurance company. I have a car, I know, unusual in Chicago. Everybody walks. And said that they didn't recognize my VIN number because they think that I'm registered in Illinois, which is a lie. My license plates are Alaskan license plates, and they have been for the past almost 4 years, which is not good, perhaps, and I might get in trouble eventually, but I'm really looking forward to the conversation and potential date with the police officer who pulls me over. White privilege. I've been pulled over a few times. Recently, I drove past, as in today, I drove past a funeral home, and I was like, that is such a nice motif. It's like a restaurant. And I was like wanting to go in there. And I don't know if it's a cannibalistic instinct or if I'm just realizing that like death is on the menu soon because of the pandemic. I don't know. I know it's morbid. All right, we're gonna throw that one away. Boom, boom. My dad tore his rotator cuff. I don't know how, but I guess he fell. And he won't take anything. Like he won't take ibuprofen or an naproxen sodium or any of that shit. And I think he would make a really good pregnant woman. Like women usually have a high pain tolerance, so I'm just really impressed with him. I have a lot of memories actually of him in the hospital, because not because he was in the hospital, but because my sister, when I was 10, she was hit by a car. I think she thought it'd be fun. She did not think it was fun, but it was a little bit drug, alcohol induced. My dad was there. Not your average spring break, but you know, what can I say? That's what happened. So we were in the hospital a lot, and I did this thing once where I decided that I had watched this episode of like, God, I can't remember the name of the show, but there were dolphins on it. Sequest, and there was this really cute guy. And what you're supposed to do is when you go into shock, you don't talk. And so that's what I did one day. I just decided that I would pretend that I was so traumatized by the situation that I would just not talk. And it was great. I made so many friends and I got all the attention. It was great. I highly recommend it. How many of y'all are living alone with nobody in the house? Raise your hand. Whoop. Okay. Ralph, Casey, Camille. Okay. All right. I will sell you 2 roommates. All right.
Yes.
Okay. One of them's in the circus. She does aerial performances, and one of them's a stripper. So take your pick. No, they're actually great. So I shouldn't say anything. And I'm sure she's listening right outside the door. I still haven't gotten to try the stripper pole out, but I gained like the COVID-15, so I think it's a good idea for me to wait. I don't want to break the pole. Like I live in a 100-year-old house, so I can just see me like doing this really great like move, and then just the pole rips the ceiling out. That would so be classic Grace. That really would be. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Apples and salad. If that's what you have. Wait. I thought you did some microwave stuff. I don't know. I'll just close on this. I don't always have common sense, but one time she came in and she was boiling water to go unfreeze her car and get it unstuck when our temperatures was -20. And I was like, honey, I will come dig you out myself. And she looked at me and she said, oh, I have salt in the car. And I said, oh, that's my roommate. I'm so glad you're a stripper. That's all I have to say. Here's Grace.
Keep it going for Grace, everybody! Yeah! Just resetting my timer real quick for the next comedian. The next comedian who is in the room. Whoop whoop! Yeah, for being present. That is half the job sometimes. And sometimes people still fail. But our next comedian asked me to make something up, which we always know how that goes. But I'm gonna try because again, I'm trying to challenge myself with comedy. So our next comedian, he is he recently adopted a herd of starfish that he's raising as his own. Give it up for Ralph Anthony! Woo 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 woo!
Hey. All right, wow, okay, awesome. Would have loved a heads up. Would have loved a heads up. Oh man, of course. As I blow fucking smoke out, we're like, yeah, sure, you're next. What's up? Oh, I'm a fucking apple and a salad for your health and fitness. Jesus Christ. Oh man, way to keep me on my A game, dude. Oh God, I'm so used to going last. I'm used to batting cleanup. Oh fuck. All right, cool. Yeah, join an apple. Hell yeah, Grace. You should see my 420 videos. Fun. Yeah. Don't kill so much time. You only have 4 minutes. Oh, boy. That's what happens. You take that first hit of weed, you're like, boom, we're off to the fucking races, pal. You want to talk? I'll have 67 words with you. Oh, man. Most people have seen all goddamn day. Cool. Listen, I find it funny that most parents are against bullying, but they don't realize that they are their child's first bully. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Parents are fucking bullies. Parents are bullies, but they don't want to admit it, though. They don't want to admit it. They say it's tough parenting. No. That's just great bullying. Listen, parents are the only people that will talk shit to your face and then smile behind your back. Like, listen, my house, My house was so rough growing up that I was waiting for my mom to steal the lunch money that my dad just gave me. Like, it was awkward. It was weird. Like, during breakfast, I'd be eating Cheerios while my dad was trying to feed me yo mama jokes.
Yeah.
It's like, my mama is your wife. Listen, from a toddler to a teenager, all my parents did was wage psychological warfare on me. I would have rather gotten a belt because back in the 80s, no one ever believed you that your bruises could be on the inside. My mother used to love to say, don't take that tone with me, mister. I'm sorry. When did this household turn into communist Russia, ma'am? Also, I'm 6. I don't even know what the fuck tone means. Like, my dad was always a fan favorite of telling me to stop crying or he'll give me something to cry about. What? Like, did you forget what happened? You literally just gave me something to cry about. We both know that I am not a crier. Like, yeah, what you did 20 minutes ago, yeah, that's making me cry now. And will probably make me cry 20 years from now in a therapist's office. Well, my mother, she takes the crown. Her all-time favorite saying to me was, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't know if you know how vaginas work. That is a one-way tunnel for babies. I can't go back in there. You know, you just can't spread your legs and suck me back up like it was a tube from Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. That is physically impossible. The toothpaste is out of the tube, lady. It's not going back in. But I don't know what it is. Like, what is it about poor parents that makes them the worst bullies? My dad was the fucking worst. The worst. If I didn't finish my dinner, he would feed it to me for breakfast the next day. I see no nods, so apparently no one else went through this guerrilla warfare of parenting. Liver and onions for dinner is terrible. Reheated liver and onions for breakfast is child abuse. It was so bad that I was jealous of those kids and starving kids in Africa commercials. All right, you guys were great. Thank you.
Keep it going for your favorite starfish daddy, Ralph Anthony. Give
me that chocolate starfish.
You took it somewhere else. That's fine. Anyway, moving on. Our next comedian similarly said for her introduction, say something funny. So it doesn't matter what I say now. I feel like it's going to be taken with a certain expectation, but chicken butt. Chicken butt. Let's go with that. Anyway, this next comedian's not a chicken butt. She's very funny. Give it up for Desiree Walsh. Woo, 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 woo.
Hey. Yeah, you're right. Chicken butt's kind of a funny word. I don't have any material on that. I just agree with you. I think all of you know this, but I do have to say it. I am Canadian. If I don't say it every so often, I will die. Grace, I will take you up on those roommates as long as they bring me Uncrustables. Because I'm running low. Desiree misses audibly not having to tell people she was disabled for her jokes to make sense. God has a sense of humor. God is very funny. And when we were little, we used to play wheelchair basketball because we couldn't run. And she was number 43, and her position was a forward. And my number was 13, and my position was a little bit different. I played left bench. Sometimes I'd mix it up and play right bench, but usually always on the bench. And sometimes parents, not children, parents. People are always like, kids are so mean to the different. No, kids are not mean to the different. Everything ever said to me as a child that was terrible, women over 35. So sometimes parents would be like, hey, how come when you're 43, you know how to like set a pick and you can hit the hoop and you really know what's going on? And when you're number, you don't really seem to know what's going on and you can't hit the hoop. And I would sigh and say, number 43 is a different person. And they would say, are you sure? And that's one of my favorite things as a twin is when like people are like, are you sure? Do you know who you are? Does anybody know? No. Did you not wonder why I insisted on being called by a different name at halftime? Respond with, yes, but we thought you were one of those eccentric children, you know. Yeah. I actually did that joke for a corporate event today, and there was a woman that used to play basketball with me. Desiree sucks at basketball really bad.
Go for it.
Once my dad saw me do stand-up comedy for the first time over Zoom, the internet, I do not care for it. That was his review of the show. Thank you, that's my time.
Give it up for Desiree, everybody. And look at 10 seconds on the clock when she finished. She had plenty of time for that joke. And also now I know next time if somebody asks but his comedy is hilarious. Give it up for Camilo! Just Camilo. Sorry, just Camilo.
I don't know if I need more trust, but when the vaccine comes out, I'm going to get it at the hospital. I'm going to get it where it's government. But I don't want this vaccine to be another clever disguise for heroin again.
No.
This Zoom comedy for about 5 months now. All thanks to the TB&J Open Mic. It's super cool. Check it out. But there's still issues at times, like when your mic gets cut and nobody hears the joke. But I found that it's actually kind of funny for this to happen. All over again. All right. So this is the joke of me getting my joke cut off because of Zoom. joke. So yeah, we all agree I'm not a womanizer. And for my second joke, I'm just gonna keep going like nothing even happened. After all, this is a timed event. It's just my little impression of Zoom there. Those awkward moments that make it so exciting. Did you guys hear about Joe the Pigeon, by the way? I want to move on, but I don't really know how, so I'm just gonna. This is a bit of a topical joke because it was a story that was on the news a couple months ago, and it caught my eye, so I want to share it to you because I thought it was interesting. So bear with me as I explain the tale of Joe the Pigeon. Yeah, when he got there, he actually became a problem for Australia because they were worried he might be carrying some kind of plague disease. So that was a pretty tragic ending. But the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because of my faith. This is what it said. Joe the Pigeon is spared the death sentence in Australia, but not in America. Hell of a day to be a Canadian. There's certain notes I don't need to take with me everywhere I go. Thank you for having me.
Me too much. But next up. Where'd it go? Sam Salem! Woo, 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 woo!
Appreciate it. You guys can all hear me. Message on my computer that says your internet is not stable, and neither am I. So we're off to a good start. You ever been doing something and you don't? Platform made for okay, we're not going down. But yeah, so I do like to make TikToks. Then that's when things got way worse. So just backstory, I'm a teacher, which as it turns out, as an adult, when the bully's a 13-year-old named Ainsley is even worse than when I was a kid. So anyway, we have to TikToks I'm making, I'm kind of getting the greatest hits of kids say the darndest things and posting them on my TikTok, right? So like these sixth graders and they from recess, and so they're all like super wound out. So as I'm taking attendance, I usually just ask them like a quick question to get them kind of. So like, would you rather's? Like one I asked them, I was like, would you rather have a get out of jail free card or a key that could unlock any door? And they're 12 years old. I'm expecting like, I'd rob a bank, I'd go to Disney World with the key. This one kid was like, get out of jail for any crime. I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, jail card for sure. I could commit war crimes. I'm like, what 12-year-old? Straight to war crimes. Yeah, so whatever. I post this, don't really get much action, but then in another one of my middle school classes, it's kind of like study time, and I hear this student say, yeah, Helen Keller, you know, that Nazi terrorist. And I was like, hold up, who do you think Helen Keller is? And this student was like, you know, that guy who was like the Nazi terrorist. I'm like, are you thinking of Hitler? And she goes, who's Hitler? And so now I'm just shocked. And so now I'm like, let's play this game. Like, who do you know? Who do you not know? So I show a picture of the Mona Lisa. I'm like, do you know who this is? And she's like, Rosa Parks. And I'm like, I'm gonna need you to make like Rosa Parks and stay seated and never talk. Like, don't, I don't know. Anyway, it goes viral. The Daily Mail picks it up. 6 million views, 80,000 comments. And I gotta say, people did not think this was like a fun little exercise. They like hated me instantly, which once again, my middle school experiences make sense. I was cool with the death threats. I was cool being told I was the worst teacher of all time. But the moment they started comparing me to Jake Paul is when I had to draw the line. I was like, hello, I believe I just experienced a hate crime. Yeah, the worst part about it, I feel like I was getting a lot of hate, a lot, and in a very dark moment. Like once again, people tell me to kill myself, so I'm almost ashamed to admit this, but I feel it's the same safe space. But like, I was getting so much hate online and on Twitter that I almost started sympathizing with Ted Cruz. I know I should. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Appreciate you. Keep going for our host.
Oh yeah. What was that? Give it up for your host again? Was that what he said? That's fine. You can do that. No, keep it going for Sam Salem. That is so wild. Mostly because somebody is like, someone's gonna need to mute their mic because I'm getting some echo feedback, and I don't think people are gonna be here for it. But I have seen that TikTok. I think I have like found that TikTok. I feel like I've never met a celebrity in real life before, except for like one time in Chicago. I met the guy from like the Sassy Gay Friends video, and this is not like that, but still cool. So yeah, keep it going for Sam.
Unfortunately, my work saw that TikTok too. So.
All right. Well, somebody give Sam Salem a job. Everybody. Woo, 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 woo. Next up on our list, let me see who we have here. I don't think he is a middle school teacher because he's still in college. Everybody give it up for Mr. Chris Alio. Woo, 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 woo.
Thank you. Yo, I saw that TikTok too. All right, this is bugging me out because the TikTok algorithm is so good. The shit's finding me in real life. This is fucked up, guys. How can you find me? Oh my god. I don't know, I'm kind of bugging out lately because I live in an unsafe neighborhood, and like it's strange because I have this app on my phone where like people in the community can submit things if they see or hear stuff that's dangerous. Like I got a pop-up on my phone the other day that said 15 gunshots fired near you. And I was just like, who's counting to 15? What? After 10 gunshots, I'm just like, it's a lot of gunshots. It's a lot. Someone's angry. I've never heard gunshots and been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like Jesus Christ, someone's dying out there. Like 15 is like an absurd amount of gunshots. That guy like shot a whole clip, reloaded, and then emptied it again. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, you missed. He got away. I hate to break it to you. I'm not coming back. I started getting like mad. I wanted to find him and give him advice. Be like, dude, you're wasting precious bullets. What are you doing? Stop. Oh my god. Yeah, you're gonna want to take advice on how to kill people from a white guy from the suburbs. That'll be great. That's how dumb I am too. I think about this instead of being like, okay, somebody has a gun near me. I'm just like, no, don't waste the bullets. Boy, I just like so fucking crazy living around here. I gotta stop cursing like that. I have a very bad mouth. Like I've just had a bad mouth for like my whole life. Not like my whole life. Like I wasn't like a baby cursing. That would be strange. my mom wasn't breastfeeding me, and I was like, "Put that fucking titty in my mouth, mom. Let's do this." The doctor wasn't giving birth to me, like pulling me out of my mom, and I'm just like, "What the fuck is up, pussies? Let's do this shit." One of the I think silver linings I'm kind of personally finding like through this pandemic is like because there's we have to wear a mask. Like people don't stop me on the street like they used to because like I have a very stoppable face. Like people. I find are just like very comfortable coming up to me and just like ruining my day. Like I was walking down the street in the city. I live in Philly, and this guy stopped me and he was like, "Hey, you kind of look like John Mayer." And I was like, "Oh, thanks. That's really nice. I appreciate that." And he was like, "If John Mayer never learned how to play guitar." I don't know what that means, but it's very insulting. That is very hurtful. I'm mostly hurt by like the process with which he decided to say that to me because he saw me, like thought of that insult and was like, "He's gonna want to hear this. This is like, what does that even mean? Like that implies that like if John Mayer didn't learn guitar, he would look different. Like not only would he look different, he'd look like me. What is that? What does that suggest? I'm so confused. Every strum of the guitar, his jaw just gets like a little bit more chiseled. God. All right, I haven't done stand up in 2 weeks, and it shows. Thanks, Tom.
Give it up for Chris, everybody, because he's too hard on himself. You're still funny. You still always have a spot here if you need it. That being said, next up on our list is another regular of the TB&J mic. So much so that he went through the effort that for his intro, he put in a little emoticon, which I feel like I can't. So yeah, give it up for Diego Flores.
All right, yeah. Oh my gosh, Chris, you haven't done up in 2 weeks. How are you getting stage time 2 weeks ago in Philly, dude? That's awesome. That's great. Oh my gosh. Oh no. What's up, guys? I'm Latino, half Bolivian, half Guatemalan. And do you guys know where those are on a map? Does anyone know where those are?
No.
No. No one. Okay, I don't either. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I've been to both, and I had no idea where the plane was taking me. Oh my gosh, this makes me feel so much better. Yeah, I grew up in Southern California my whole life, and like no one told me about my heritage, so I kind of just assumed I was Mexican. Like it's easy to do. It's right there. Yeah. Most people also assumed I was Mexican, and like I get it. Again, it's right there. And then I would start correcting them, and they're like, "Oh, you're." So I would say like, "Oh no, my mom's actually from Guatemala," and they're like, "Oh, your mom's from Guatemala? What part of Mexico is that?" Now, look, if you're asking that question, I don't think you know parts of Mexico well enough to be asking any kind of question like that. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you guys a story. This is how I learned I wasn't Mexican. I was 13 years old, and I was hanging out with my friend Juan Pablo. And Juan Pablo is a purebred Mexican, okay? He is so Mexican that his parents named him Juan Pablo. That is the ultimate Mexican name. Okay, Juan Pablo translates to Mexican as hell in English. It's one of those things where the literal translation, John Paul, isn't quite right. It's a stupid joke. No, but I was hanging out with my friend Juan Pablo, and out of nowhere, he said the N-word. And I was like, dude, that's not cool. You're not black. You can't say that, because 13-year-old me was woke. And Juan Pablo says to me, he's like, no, it's fine. We're Mexican. We have a pass. Oh, this is news to me. So the next day, I saw a couple of black kids I knew, and I wanted to show off the new word I learned. Yeah, as it turns out, one black guy and several black punches later. Yeah, I don't have the Mexican pass after all. I learned a lot about my heritage that day. And here's the thing: me and Juan Pablo, we're still friends to this day, and he's a changed man. But I take a lot of comfort in knowing that it is 2021, and whenever I want, I can cancel him over stuff he said half his life ago. Okay, that's just how it works. And it's like, anytime I want, I can waltz into his job and get him fired, and they'll hire me on the spot because that's how jobs work. And I'm stealing his job. Who's the real Mexican now? I don't know. 40 seconds. Does anyone hear a morning person? Do we have morning people in the room? Tom, I don't believe you. You're way too happy to be a morning person. People that happy aren't waking up at 7 in the morning. Yeah, wait, what time do you usually wake up, Tom?
I normally wake up, first alarm's at like 5:30, but I'm actually awake probably around
PM?
6:30 a.m.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't like. When do you take a nap before the mic? Because you're way too like. You do not have the face of someone who wakes up at 5:30 and then just goes the entire day raw dogging it. Like, dude, this.
Thank you. Right. I'll take that as a compliment.
Oh man, you should. Thanks for the time, Tom.
Woo! Give it up for Daniel, everybody. Yeah, I like it when people can compliment me in creative ways like that. And yes, Chris, I am a psychopath. You're acting like this is your first time on the mic or something. Feel like I make that pretty clear. Yeah, Ralph, libraries open up pretty early. The books need to be washed and pet. Anyway, I'll stop trying to riff between sets. You guys have another, probably more with it co-host coming up. That's who's next on our list. He's funny. He says words. He is my partner in comedy crime. And sometimes I feel like my jokes should just be put away forever. Give it up for Brooks. Where did he go on the participants list? Damn it. I swear to God this happens, and then that's how, like, Nick D's ends up popping up for other people's sets. Anyway.
Is this my getting canceled notice?
This is your getting canceled notice, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. Oh, God. That's what I need, is more stress to run this mic by myself. Anyway, give it up for Brooksy Poopsy. Woo, 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 woo.
All right. Welcome to the canceled mic, you guys. Like how Camilo put in the chat, that's funny, right after Tom said, our next host is a little more with it. Like, nah, he's drunk off his ass. So it is my birthday tomorrow, guys. I am turning 31, and I've gotten to the age now where my back hurts because I exist. I like the dead stares at like, no, 31, you should be healthy. No, I'm not. I have a terrible lifestyle. But like, I tore my rotator cuff last year. And like, this is an injury that happens when pitchers throw baseballs 90 miles an hour, multiple times, thousands of times a year, or to quarterbacks who get tackled by 300-pound guys. I did it because I slept on it wrong. Something that is so easy that babies literally do it most of the day injured me. And like, I hurt my upper back last week. Like, I did it because I flexed too hard. Like, I looked at myself in the mirror, thought, hey, you actually look like a person today. And I gave it a little, And my body immediately screamed, no, never feel good about your weird troll body. We're going to seize up in pain now because we will not be responsible for any good feelings. I like the pity laughs at my cries for help. I was thinking back on like my time when I was younger, and I grew up in Maine, and in my elementary school in Maine, we would actually go to the paper mill every year for this like career day field trip. And for the first year, everyone went to the paper mill. The second year, some of the kids went to the paper mill. The third year, most kids went to other places like City Hall or the doctor's office or the police station. But not me. They sent me again back to the paper mill. Because it's like my elementary school knew that that's the most they could expect of me. Like, to the mill with you, 8-year-old. Or so I thought it was my elementary school saying that. Because years later, I discovered that our parents could decide where our kids would go. And my kids kept telling me, the best you're going to do is the paper mill. And several awkward laughs at my cries for help. This is the cry for help, Mike, starring me and my bad feelings about myself. So I was watching, dang it. You laughed way too hard at that. So, the last minute of me is just going to be Nick and Ralph laughing at where my life ended up. Yep. Look at that guy doing comedy under the stairs. What a loser. For attempting to. He's not even making us laugh except for his sadness. I had COVID and my life's better than his.
Yeah. So gross. So gross.
Got a guy who microwaves apples going, at least I'm not that guy under the stairs. Welcome to the self-roast mic where I just bully myself into committing suicide.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why I'm down today. I'm actually in a very good mood. Like, things went well for me. That's all I got.
Give it up for Bruce, everybody! Also, you okay?
I had a great day. I had a great fucking day. Just for some reason, as soon as 10:30 hits. This is what happens when I try to do this sober.
Okay. Well, get your whiskey. We still got a full night ahead.
How much whiskey I have left? I need more.
Okay. Well, then everybody, if you're okay with me shipping Desiree Uncrustable, ship Brooks some whiskey.
All right, you guys. The next comic hosts a virtual mic called Zoomsday Comedy every Monday at 9 p.m. and does not make jokes about killing himself on it. Evan Klim.
Oh, thank you so much, Brooks. Thank you. And though, after all those jokes you just told yourself, you may not make it to your 31st birthday, man. I went there. Yeah. Cool. But Sam, no, that's crazy, man. That like your TikTok went viral and like people in this room saw it, man. I had made a TikTok that had like 700 views. I haven't met anyone who's seen it. Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's get to some jokes. Hey everyone, my name is Evan. I hope everyone's doing well. Here's something I want you folks to know about me. I can't eat Caesar salads. No, I just can't. I just can't because every time I have one, I have an odd suspicion that someone is going to come behind me and stab me in the back. Sweet. So here's something that happened today. So today I rode the elevator down to the laundry room of my apartment building, and I accidentally hit the foam button on the elevator. Yeah. But I was bored, so I just talked with the operator for like the whole ride down, and we got to know each other. It was quite nice. Yeah. Really wise woman, that elevator operator. Yeah. Her life was this incredible series of ups and downs. Oh. Thank you. The other day I saw a sign on a local convenience store, and it said, "We sold a $40 million lottery ticket." And that's an expensive lottery ticket. Yeah, it would suck if it lost, that's for sure. Okay. Hey, so you guys know when you had a job for like so long that you just hate, and then finally you're like, you know what? That's it. I quit. I'm never coming back to this job ever again. Yeah, that's how I felt when I was a charity door-to-door fundraiser for 4 hours. Yeah. That was the longest 4 hours of my life. It's like, imagine yourself watching Titanic, except instead of watching Titanic, you're asking people if they want to go save the turtles. Yeah. There is something I did learn that day, though. I did learn I do not like talking to people. And yeah, my next job ended up being at a call center, which was really perfect because people don't like to answer their phones. Cool. Here's something about me. I'm in Toronto, and in the neighborhood I live in, yes, thank you, Desiree. Yes. In the neighborhood in Toronto, there's always ambulances and fire trucks and cop cars driving past it, so it's a pretty safe neighborhood. Thank you. Yeah. You guys know how the American dream is the idea that if you work hard, you can succeed in life? Well, the Canadian dream is the idea that if you're a Canadian and you work really hard, maybe you can make it big in America. Cool. Thank you. All right. So you guys know when you go to the gym, like when I go to the gym, I love lifting weights. But you guys know what you have to go through every time you go to the gym? Like, because whenever you want to lift weights, you got to wait for them. Because every time there's weights that you want to use, there's already somebody else using them. That's why you got to like wait for them. I think that's why they call them weights. Cool. All right. One time a friend and I, we got this job where we needed to take a drug test in order to work. Now I passed the test with flying colors because, you know, I like money. My friend though wasn't gonna pass the test, so he asked me for some of my pee. I said no, and to make sure I wouldn't be tempted to give him any of my pee, that night I snorted several lines of cocaine. You're probably wondering, Evan, that's super spiteful. Why would you do something like that? And I have to disagree because I think by doing what I just did that night, I was an upstanding citizen with high morals. Yes, high like you wouldn't believe. Okay, that's my time. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Evan Klim. Really excited to introduce our next comedian. First time coming to this mic. Give it up for Danny Ducci from San Francisco.
Hey, hi everybody. Hi, Danny Ducci in San Francisco, and oh, by the way, we have a ice cream museum now in San Francisco, and I went to take the tour, but they canceled it because one of their employees had a meltdown. Yeah. Oh, excuse me if my cheap internet service. It was okay at first, but it's been kind of slow, you know, ever since the hamster broke its hip. So, let's see a little comedy history. You know that Karl Marx was actually kicked off the Marx Brothers because he was not a team player, and he was not very funny. Also, so this morning I was drinking some coffee and I spilled some coffee on the kitchen floor, and all of a sudden these ants drink it all up, and then they try to tip over the refrigerator. So it was kind of strong coffee. So yeah, here the Olympics are coming up, and I heard the 2020 Olympics are going to be taking place in 2021. And you know, I was thinking, you know, the Olympic swimmers, the men, they shave all their body hair so they can swim faster. You know, it gives them an advantage. But did you know that in 1972, Mark Spitz won 7 gold medals with a mustache? There you go. Yeah, and also, you know why they have curling in the Olympics? It was so the ushers would have enough time to clean up the stands. Yeah. So yeah, I recently bought myself I bought me a car. I got me a real man's car. I got me a big old '79 Oldsmobile. It gets an estimated I don't care miles per gallon, and its hood ornament is a smart car. Yep. So I took my car out for a car wash and a Brazilian wax. Yeah, when I got my car back, all the carpets were gone. Yeah. Excuse me. So let's see. I remember going, you know, before we got locked down, I remember going to a rock concert, and I met this punk rock girl. She had this really tall spiked hair and an eyebrow ring where she hung her motorcycle keys on. And yeah, she actually came up to me and say, hey, do you want to dance? And I go, yeah, sure. And then she turns around and walks away. That's kind of weird. Yeah. And a few minutes later, I hear someone yelling, hey, Danny boy, catch me. It was a punk rock girl. She jumped off the stage and she slam danced me to the floor. Man, I hurt. Yeah, poked me in the eye and nose with her hair. Yeah. So we dated, and I remember one time I come home and there she is wearing nothing but Freudian slip.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. She says, "So, Danny boy, you ready for your punishment?" You go, "Okay." So she ties me up between these two posts, and then she brings a TV in front of me and forces me to watch golf. Yeah, it was on me whips or spanking or something, but not golf. Yeah. So yeah. Well, we broke up anyway. Yeah, she was a Republican. Yeah, I didn't see her Ronald Reagan tattoo until it was too late. It was on her fist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see a quick joke. Hey, did you hear? What do you call two ants who run away to get married? Antelope. Great. Okay. Well, before I go, I'm also a musician, and I will play a song. Let's see. What should I play? I'll play Popcorn song. Okay. Number 2 pencil. If I goes in the eye, only dogs can hear it. Okay, I'm getting Jeffy. Thanks.
Keep it going for Danny Vici, guys. Our next comedian is from Toronto, Canada, and he's really sorry about that. Give it up for Ryan Zietz.
Hey everyone, so I have a mental illness. Silence fills the room. I mean, nothing good is ever going to come after that. But no, I have bipolar disorder, so I am qualified to tell you that mood rings are a scam. Mood swings, on the other hand, very real, very dangerous. You know, for those of you who don't know what bipolar disorder is, congratulations, you're old. You might know it as manic depression. Mania it's a weird thing, mania. Like, mania is like doing a mountain of cocaine, but unlike doing a mountain of cocaine, you'll actually get locked up. It's kind of dangerous, mania. You know, I'm always at risk of self-harming my bank account. I feel like my mailman knows when I'm manic before my therapist. Thanks for that, Amazon. How have they not built that into the Alexa algorithm yet? Like, I would just love, like, Ryan, this is your 12th package today. Are you taking your lithium? Thanks, Alexa. I just want someone who cares. It's not just spending money frivolously. Another comorbidity of bipolar disorder is a very increased sex drive. And that doesn't pair nicely with spending lots of money, because now I'm the proud owner of not one, but 2 duffel bags full of sex toys. When you're like, you know, when you're really mad at someone and you tell them to suck a bag of dicks? Well, I've got 2. You can borrow one if you need. I'm renting them out by the hour because, like, I have too many of these. I have too many toys. I don't even have the holes for half of these toys. I'm trying to find alternate uses for them, get a little bang for my buck. In the morning, I have a latte. I've been using a vibrator to froth the milk. My toilet got clogged the other day. I used anal beads to snake the drain. But when I'm feeling really frisky, I like to open up a nice bottle of red wine. And when I'm done, I cork the bottle with a butt plug. Should have done that one in the middle. I felt like that was it the sexy voice? Was that the ooh, butt plug? No, but bipolar isn't all fun and games. As exciting as I've made it sound, there is a dark side. I'll be serious with you right now. This does get a little dark, but remember, any day that I'm not making a joke about suicide is a day I was successful. So it's okay to laugh. I did fall into a pretty deep depression last summer. I wanted to hang myself. I'm just so thankful that my parents never put me in Boy Scouts. Turns out my survival skill was not knowing how to tie a knot. I don't know what I was thinking either. Like, I live in a basement apartment. I can touch the ceiling with my hand standing up. What was I gonna do? Hold my legs up the entire time? I don't have that kind of core strength. I can't even put together IKEA furniture like I'm gonna find a load-bearing beam. I thought suicide was supposed to be the easy way out. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, you guys, keep it going for Ryan Z. Really excited about our next comic because he's everyone's favorite ginger. Give it up for Nick D.
Ooh, that's me. I'm him. Yay. Holy shit. Yeah. Dude, everyone's talking about killing themselves, guys. Holy shit. Oh my God. Brooks is going to kill himself before his wedding, and then none of us will get invited anyways. So then, like, I got sad. I'm sorry, Brooks. I don't want you to die, you know? Like, I want to watch, but, like, I don't want you to die. You know what I mean? Like, we'll watch other things. All right. Okay. I'm not going to watch him jerk off again. Oh my God, you guys, it's that time of year. Girl Scouts are back. And like, I don't think it's fair. Cause like Girl Scouts get cookies and like Boy Scouts have to just settle for popcorn and getting molested, you know, like I don't think that's fair. Like, nobody likes popcorn. Well, I mean, people really hate getting molested, but like nobody likes popcorn. You know what I mean? Because like I've never once been high and been like, you guys want some popcorn? But I have been high and been like, yeah, I'm gonna eat all 6 boxes of those tag-alongs. 'Cause I'm a doer, god damn it. Okay. Oh man, I'm gonna talk about some weird shit. So when I was in high school, I walked in on a guy one time taking a shit in the urinal, and I walked in and immediately he was just like, "Hey man, don't tell Mr. Brown." And I like, here's the thing. He was like, "Don't say anything." I graduated in 2008, guys. I didn't start saying anything about it until just now, okay? I waited 13 years to start telling strangers on the internet that I saw another man take a shit in a urinal. He was like, "Hey man, don't tell Mr. Brown." And I was like, "Dude, I don't know if you can tell from where I am, but I'm looking at Mr. Brown right now. Okay, this is not good." See, here's the thing. Like, I am 31 years old and I am terrified to poop in public. But I think that has to do like almost exclusively with the fact that when I was in elementary school, I was a bully. I was one of those kids that anytime we saw a kid go to the bathroom and take a poop at school, we just thought it would be fun to take wads of toilet paper and paper towels and just throw them at the kids taking a shit. And like my biggest fear is like as an adult, like Brantley from first grade is gonna sneak up on me taking a shit in public and he's gonna fucking get even. Okay, I don't want that to happen. So instead I poop my pants. That's it. I'm just kidding. Fine, you guys don't want to talk about shit. I'll say this. Anybody here ever got caught watching porn before? Hell yeah, Ralph knows what's up. He gets caught. That's what happens when you watch porn at Tom's library. No, here's the thing. When I was a young adult, I remember the first time I got caught watching porn on the family computer. My mom called me in the room and she started pulling up all the porn that I watched on the family computer. And she just started yelling, "What is this? What is this? Explain to me, what is this?" And I was like, "Mom, if I have to tell you what that is, we have a bigger problem than me watching porn on the computer. Because how the fuck did I get here?" immediately, here's the thing. She was like, I can't even stand to look at you. The fact that you would do this in my house is disgusting. And I was like, yeah, the Wi-Fi doesn't work outside. Where else am I going to do it? She sent me to my room, and like 30 minutes later, she called me downstairs and was like, hey, I made cookies. So now every time I jerk off, I have to make a dozen cookies. Here's the thing. It's like a baker's dozen, like 12 finish in the oven, and then I just finish on the outside. All right. Thank you guys so much. I've been Nick Dees. Tom and Brooks are amazing, and Brooks is definitely not an alcoholic. Get married.
You don't need to tell
die.
lies on this mic, Nick. This is an honest place. Keep
is.
it going for Nick D.
And a secret place.
So our last comic, this fucking guy, what's his name again? Shit,
I believe
this.
Casey's
And I
actually
feel
dead.
bad because we're good friends. Shit, what's his name? George? No, oh yeah,
Brooks.
Josh or something.
Brooks, I think
Oh,
Casey's
thank
next
you.
though.
Thank you.
Tom, I'm reading everything literally.
Wow.
You guys put an intro down, I will read it.
No, I know. I'm
skipped
saying
one.
Casey's next, not Josh.
Oh. Well, fucking shit.
Piece of shit.
I'm just gonna leave it spotlit on you there.
Our next comedian is the host of Distantly Social
Okay,
Trivia.
no, don't say it all sad now like that.
Yeah.
Poor Casey.
Get it together.
Put some pep on it.
I'm gonna go fuck off
Kill yourself.
somewhere. Casey Hackett, yay. Our next comedian is the new co-host of TB&J. I was having a good day.
All right, it's just like elementary school. My name just gets skipped over right on the list. I don't know if you noticed, but my name is spelled Kacie. That is not how Casey is supposed to be spelled. Just wrong. A lot of people think my parents wanted me to grow up to be like an artist or a stripper. The way they spelled my name. No. Here's the deal with the way they spelled this. My parents are just cheap. They went to the convenience store where it had everyone's names with on the keychains. There were 4 different ways to spell the name Casey. They picked the one that wasn't there. I never wanted to have to buy that shit. All of those field trips, everyone got the big pencil with their name on it, and I came home with nothing every time. Should have changed my name to Josh. I would have gotten on earlier in the lineup. Would have got a big pencil. Would have gotten everything. So my mom doesn't like that joke because apparently she doesn't like being called cheap. So she wants me to tell the real story about how I got my name. They saw it on a license plate and thought it looked cute. That is a worse story. We shouldn't tell people that. With that logic, I was 2 stoplights away from being the name, whatever the fuck Elon Musk named his kid. You know, that is a terrible way to name people. Terrible. When people see my name, they always look at me and they're like, oh, I had a dog named Casey. What do you want me to do with that? Sniff your butt? Do a little trick? It's really hard to know how to respond. So I finally came up with the perfect answer. I'm like, oh my God, I also know a bitch named Rebecca. What a coincidence, right? Crazy. Yeah, my mom's not a fan that I make fun of her literacy, and that's actually how they picked my name. My mom though, she's so supportive. I actually got a text from her just tonight. So nice. I'm gonna read to you what it says. It says, "You should try Match.com. You're too old for Bumble." That's sweet. That's nice. We were talking about Jeopardy. We were having a nice time. And like, what happened? Did someone say, I'll take puzzles and, aging ovaries for 200, Alex? Like, let me text Casey. Let me see how she's doing. No, I know what happened though. See, I think that commercial for Match.com came on, the one where like the devil personified, or the devil falls in love with 2020 personified. And she thought of me naturally, because if the devil can find love, so can I. It's weird. I wasn't allowed to watch Friends when I was growing up because they had premarital sex. And now she's like, hey, shack up with the devil. Whatever gets me. Like, I will take it. Just please do something. All right, I've got a few seconds here. As Brooks mentioned, I do host trivia. I do it every Thursday night. And I thought I'd share my favorite trivia fact with you, some collective nouns. A group of pandas. They're called an embarrassment of pandas. Oh, lemurs. They're called a conspiracy of lemurs. I had no idea so many lemurs were on Facebook. And we're not getting to the last one because that's my time.
Say the last one. Say the last one.
Say the last one.
A group of people who magically can make a pandemic go away. That's called Texas. That's called Texas.
That's right. Thank you.
Give it up for Casey Hackett, you guys, and letting her finish that joke, and for me last time co-hosting TB&J.
Oh my God.
Bad at this. Our final comedian of the night. I'm not rereading the whole thing again, but I'll just say this fucking guy's hilarious. Give it up for Josh Mantel.
Woo, 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 woo.
I had a low moment today. I'm in school and I had a low moment. None of my friends are free, and I was like, I think I'm gonna have to sit down and do some homework. Like that's the last thing I want to be thinking about. It's not why I came to school. And it's weird doing work for a teacher you've never met. Because like I don't even know if he's a real person, to be honest. It could be a freaking Professor Deepfake, and I'm just sitting here writing essays like an idiot, making a fool of myself. This guy has the nerve to like be like, yo, do you guys have any questions after assigning like a 25-page paper? Do you have any questions? Yeah. Who do you think you are? Like, do you think I care about ancient Macedonia? No. Do you even care about ancient Macedonia? Because I'm not so sure you do. Friggin' Alexander the Great taking over shit. That was cool. That was cool to learn about for one day. For 15 minutes. That was awesome. Do I want to write a paper about it? Not at all, man. Not at all. I live near a hospital, which is like, it's pretty comforting because like I don't have to have my subscription to the science museum anymore. Which is dope. And it's like, but there's always ambulances passing by. I live on a street. They drive right always ambulances passing by. It's like, I should not be this familiar with the Doppler effect, first of all. And second of all, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to wake me up at 2 a.m, I should at least be able to know what your medical emergency is. Why I'm proposing that ambulances from now on be made with plexiglass. It's like a fish tank and a light up sketcher. Had a baby with a very, very ill person inside. Oh. Yeah, I actually had a near-death experience. Yeah, someone was driving to the hospital. They died right in front of my house. I was like, that's pretty near death. Pretty near death. My math teacher in high school was like always eating candy all the time, which was actually great for the class because we always got it was like your friend who your friend who does a lot of drugs, but you don't do drugs. But like they do a lot of drugs, sometimes you get drugs. And then you're like, okay, like if I'm gonna be trying Xanax, like I should look up like how much alcohol can you safely drink? And then you look it up, and then Google's trying to send you to rehab, but it's like, really, this is a one-time thing. Like if anyone should go to rehab, it's him. I'm just kind of, and anyways, and so she's always eating candy is the point. Always eating candy is the point. And then you'd be talking to her and you'd be like, oh damn, like this might be the first time she's not eating candy. But then like 5 minutes into the conversation, I hear like the click of a Jolly Rancher against her molar. And I'm like, I knew I smelled sour grape. I knew it. Thank you guys so much. I'm Josh. I hope you have a good day. Good night.
Give it going for Josh Mandel, you guys. That is our final comedian for the night. Be sure to plug your pluggables in the chat. Tom, you want to close this out, buddy?
Yeah, sure. Woo, 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 closing us out. For those of you watching, the theme of the night we established before was death. Okay, here we go. But that's it for tonight. We're gonna stop streaming, but for the comedians in the room, if you want to hang out for a little bit, normally leave the room open for 15 to 30 minutes after the mic for a little hangout time, green room stuff. Yeah. But yeah. I want to give a big thank you to my co-host Brooks. Give it up for him on his last show.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We love you. All the comedians who performed tonight, of course. We're gonna give you a big thanks, and of course our audience. If you're out there, we love you. If you're out there, where was I in this script? Man, this isn't a strong ending to the night. Anyway, if you enjoyed and want to support the stream, please consider making a donation of any size at district-comedy.live, or alternatively, like, share, follow us on all the social media. Links to that's in the description. Have a great night, everybody. Bye. Woo!